episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and this is an exciting segment to me because I am an avid book reader. I love books. And so when I first met this guest, I was very excited about her vision for what she wanted to bring to the community of Columbia. So welcome to the studio, the owner of Black Tea Bookshop,
Thank you.
Candace Hulsizer. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you here. You
Thank
look fabulous.
So do you. I'm so excited.
Look at us. Look at us looking fabulous. Looking fabulous. So tell us about Black Tea Bookshop.
Absolutely. So Black Tea Bookshop is a curated bookstore that features the work of Black authors. We are a multi-genre bookstore, multi-age, multi-genre. So you can find cookbooks, you can find sci-fi, you can find children's books, you can find fiction and nonfiction of all types. So I like to think of it as the indie Barnes and Noble in the sense that you can come in and find really anything that you want, but the work is featuring Black authors and Black stories.
I love that because a lot of times that's not centered.
Absolutely.
And so it's really nice to have a place, if you're looking for something specific, we can say, oh, let's reach out to Black Tea and see what they have.
Absolutely. And in addition to like specific things, you could come in and find something that you didn't even know you were looking for.
Exactly. Because you've brought some books here and I'm just kind of glancing at the table saying, I didn't even know Alicia Keys had a book.
See?
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know Alicia Keys had a book.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the things I'd like to do. You know, there are authors that we know and love, and some maybe people are more familiar with, even like kind of the broader community might be more familiar with. But then there are all these other authors who are doing amazing things and have written amazing quality books, right? And I just want to help introduce those people as well.
That's amazing. And so for our listeners, because I always forget to talk. Our listeners, the Alicia Keys book is called Girl on Fire. In case you're listening and you can't see the book cover,
yes.
It's called Girl on Fire.
Yes.
So I know that we can find your books. Where can we find them? Like if we just wanted to walk in off the street and say, where is Black Tea Bookshop? Because you don't have a storefront yet.
That's right.
But there is a place we can find you.
Absolutely. So I'm beginning kind of as a pop-up model, but I'm also part of this amazing local retail incubator called the Shops at Sharp Inn.
Yes.
And it is at 500 East Walnut, right across from the downtown post office. You can go in there. I'm in there. There's a lot of amazing small businesses represented in there as well.
There are. We're going to have them on at some point as well because there's so much fun things happening in there. And when are they open? And sometimes they can find you actually in.
That's right.
Shops at Sharp Inn.
That's right. So I do have a full-time job as well that keeps me very busy, but I'm typically there on Wednesdays from 4 to 6. So the shops themselves are open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6.
10 to 6, Wednesday through Saturday. Okay, you really should stop in.
Please do.
It's
amazing. And, you know, I have limited space, right? It's not like my full bookshop, which will be coming at some point, you know, hopefully the next couple years. But lots of amazing offerings there. And I also take requests. I've had lots of people who have been looking for this book or that book, and I'm happy to order.
I was going to ask you about that. Like if I know about something and I really want to get my hands on something, then I'm sure I could reach out to you through your Facebook or my
Facebook, website, Instagram, and it's all Black Tea Bookshop.
Love it. I love it. And I want to talk a little bit about your vision for your physical space when you get it. Because I've had the opportunity to know you and to talk through that a little bit with you. But tell us a little bit about what your vision is for that space when you have your own space.
Absolutely. So I think historically bookshops and Black-owned bookshops and specifically have been places of community, places of gathering. And my sister always looks at me and giggles and says, "You look so cozy," because I love to be cozy. And so I want that physical space to be a place of welcome, of community, of belonging. Black Tea Bookshop is about, so the Black part is about, obviously, you know, the work of the lives, the joy of Black people. The tea is about, you know, when people talk about tea, spilling the tea, that's about, you know, the gossip and all of that stuff. But for me, that even is just about community and connection and conversation, right? So that is, when people think of Black Tea Bookshop, I want them to think of a place where they can come and sit and be. The tea part also represents tea because that's my favorite treat to have when I'm reading a book. So we'll have a variety of teas. I'm working with a tea house, actually a Black-owned tea house in North Carolina right now to curate our very first one. And so it'll be a treat. So yeah.
It will be. What's your favorite tea?
Right now, my favorite tea is matcha. And I like the ceremonial kind, the kind people that taste like dirt. It's not dirt. It's a very beautiful, earthy tea. And I like the matcha lattes, too, which is a little bit sweeter. But yeah, matcha is my thing right now.
I like how you said my favorite tea right now.
Yeah.
That means it changes.
It can, because let me discover something new, and I'm like, or a new way to enjoy an old favorite. So
I also like the way you said it doesn't taste like dirt. It's earthy.
It's earthy. It's earthy. Yes.
I can tell you are a reader.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're like, okay, let me find another word for taste like
That's
dirt.
right. That's
and
right.
That would be earthy.
That's the writer in me too, trying to, how can we, So I'll be back at different
Are you working on a book? See,
I'm
this is tea right here. So this is tea because
Right.
we haven't talked about this before. Are you working on a book?
I'm always working on something. Right now I am working, there's a children's book that I have that's percolating in here and coming down to the pages, and then there'll be some creative nonfiction essay type stuff that'll be coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more place that we can probably, I know you'll be around. You're part of Unbound Book Festival this year.
Oh my gosh. So like, as you said, you're an avid reader, and so readers know like the Unbound Book Festival is just like amazing. So yeah, I'll be sitting on some panels for Unbound.
Ooh. Yeah. Are you telling us what kind of stuff you're talking about on panels? Or you just...
I'll just let you come in.
Okay.
But you can also look on the schedule. The schedule's already posted.
Yeah, the schedule is posted.
And I will say that it's about mission-driven bookshops. That's an important thing. So,
that is important. Yeah. That is important. And some people may wonder, like, why is there a void in this area?
Why is there a void in this area is a different show. We don't have, but my job, my goal, my like kind of heart passion is to come and create, to fill in that void with books that people want, books that our community needs. When I was growing up, I did not see myself reflected in books.
Absolutely.
I've only known reading, but I didn't see myself reflected positively and often in books. And that is what Black Tea Bookshop is set out to do.
I love that. And I will say representation matters. That's a real thing. Yes. And as somebody who has had kids in elementary schools, there is nothing I love more than to walk into a classroom and see a wide variety of books.
Yes.
With all kinds of colors and faces on the covers of books. Absolutely. It really makes a difference. So Candace, thank you so much for what you're doing and for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Donica.